Hello and welcome to Books, History and Cups of Tea with me, Chrissy Parker. How are you doing? So today we have our lovely Zakynthos mug, which is going to give you a little bit of a clue about what we're talking about today. But we've also got a very big cup of tea because that's how the day is so far today. So anyway, today we are going to be doing a video based around a question from one of my readers. So the question is, your book Among the Olive Groves is set in Zakynthos in Greece. Why did you choose Zakynthos? And did you go there? So yes, my book Among the Olive Groves and a couple of other things I've written are set in Zakynthos in Greece. It's an Ionian island off the west coast of the mainland of Greece. And yes, I have been there. So that answers that question. But why Zakynthos? Okay, so I set a lot of my books in locations around the world. These are locations that I really like, really love, enjoy to visit, and Zakynthos was one of those places. So let's talk about Zakynthos. So some of you might have heard about it because it's also called Zante. Okay, there is a reason for that. But it's kind of described as a little bit of a party island, and it's not a party island at all. That's absolute fallacy. Yes, it does have some nightclubs and things like that on a very, very small road in one point in a much bigger island. So let's get that out of the way. It's not a party island. Yes, you can go there and party in a particular place if you like, but the rest of it is beautiful. The rest of it is incredible beaches, beautiful scenery, lovely countryside. Yes, there is history if you know where to find it. There are museums, there are things to do, there are beautiful restaurants, amazing places to see. There's a castle, there's a great town where you can just mooch along the harbour. There's turtles that you can go and see, but please do it respectfully because they are living creatures, something I feel very passionate about. And there are little islets that you can go and visit in boats. You can do boat trips. There's so much to do. And yes, I know I can hear you all saying now, what about the shipwreck? Yes, there is a shipwreck, which is basically a very big old rusty boat that sits on a beach called Shipwreck Beach. And you can't visit the actual beach at the moment. That may change in the future again, but it's a massive cove, beautiful blue water. You can take a boat trip into it. That's Shipwreck Beach. So Zakynthos, well, it has an incredible history. Absolutely amazing history. It has been ruled over by so many people over time. So if we take a massive jump back in history, let's go back a couple of thousand years, literally back a couple of thousand years, ancient times, mythical times. There's all that history, and then you come up and you've got Mycenaeans, and you've got Byzantine, and you've got Romans, and these are not in any particular order from now on, but you have got everything from Venetians through to the Franks and the Turks and the Crusaders. And then you have got, I can hear my friend Louise go, come on, you can do it, Chrissy. And then you've got Russians, I've said them already. You've got Russians, you've got the British, you've got the Greeks. A massive, massive history of people who have chosen to invade Zakynthos in the past and make it their home or make it a strategic point for fighting battles. And so that has made an island with a very, very unique past that has all melded together to make Zakynthos what it is today. So a lot of people go, Zakynthos is a Greek island. Yes, it is a Greek island. And the Greeks will emphatically tell you it is a Greek island. And I agree with that. But what I will say is there are lots and lots of clues around the island that show you that Zakynthos wasn't always Greek in the respect of being run by Greeks. You will find things relating to the Romans if you know where to look. You will find things relating to the Byzantines if you know where to look. You might even find things relating to the Mycenaeans if you know where to look. And obviously the Venetians played a massive part in the island history. And so there's a lot of things around the island that are Venetian or look like Venetian. And one of those things, I know this is where I name check my friend Louise again. There is something that happens each year called Giostra, and it's this basic celebration of all things Venetian. They do jousting, they have people there celebrating music, they do a parade, they have a great big feast. It's absolutely incredible. And if you happen to be visiting Zakynthos during that period, it's normally held around about June, but the date does change sometimes each year, so just look out for the actual date. It is an amazing thing to go and witness, because you see people wearing Venetian dress, Venetian clothing, and riding these incredible horses and doing jousting competitions. And that is them celebrating their history, which is it's a brilliant thing to do. And this is why I love Zakynthos, because yes, it is Greek. It's a Greek island, but there are so many hints wherever you look or throughout the cultural traditional calendar where there are points that they say, you know, this is part of our history. So we're actually going to celebrate this because it is part of our history and it is part of what makes us who we are today. This makes us the Zakynthos we are today. So that's why I love Zakynthos, and that's why I love writing about it, because it's not your typical Greek island with beach and blue seas and whitewashed buildings with little blue domes. It's not that sort of Greek island at all. Excuse me. It is Greek, it has beautiful beaches, it has blue seas, but it has lots of other interesting stuff too. And I would recommend going visiting the castle because it's absolutely stunning, and that's got amazing history. So why did I choose to set my books there? Well, I chose to set Among the Olive Groves there because of something very specific that somebody told me when I visited one year. And it was relating to World War II and also the Greek Civil War. And that one little sentence of something that happened, which I won't say on camera because if you haven't read the book, it's a bit of a spoiler for the book. I kind of went, I need to write about that somehow. And at the time that I wrote Among the Olive Groves, there was the Greek crisis going on. And I kind of needed to kind of put both together because everybody's going, don't go to Greece. Oh, Greece is in a mess. It's like, actually, Greece is going through a difficult time, not of their own making. And actually still go to Greece, go and support them because they need the support. So that's why I chose to write Among the Olive Groves. And it's an island that stuck with me. And then about 11 years ago, my friend Louise and I, we decided to write this history book, which we are 11 years into writing. We have almost finished. I'm starting to edit and revise it at the moment, but it is all about the history and the archaeology and the geology and the tradition and the culture and everything else that goes with it, about Zakynthos. It's got like things in there about notable people you might not even consider ever having anything to do with Zakynthos. They're in it. They are, you know, there's a bit in there about them. There's some very interesting things on that as well. So it's worth grabbing a copy when you can. But yeah, that's why I chose to basically write about Zakynthos. And yes, I have been there. So anyway, thanks for joining me today on Books, History and Cups of Tea. If you enjoyed this video, please go and check out the previous videos if you haven't looked at them already. And I will be back soon talking about more of my favourite things to do with writing. And you can also find me on my socials if you haven't already. Thanks so much. Speak to you soon.